Back at it.
Back at it. Episode.
I feel like we should add something every time we start it out, like, or something like reach the screen and do like one of those old school, like,
That's what you want to do.
You want to do that?
We can do it.
It's a bad idea.
I know. I'm cool with it.
It's a bad idea.
We just got to coordinate.
It's a bad idea.
I need to practice though, because this is.
Yeah. It's like, it's reach. Hey man, reach.
Reach, grab,
turn, and bring it in, bro. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's do it then.
So right now?
Yes.
All right, ready?
Hold on. What's the y'all did two different things.
Look, so it's 1, 2, 3,
clap, reach, grab, pull, twist, and pull that shit in.
Y'all did two.
And then body roll.
That's it.
I ain't doing the tapping.
That's it. Body roll.
Y'all saying body roll. Watch James not this body roll.
Watch. Okay, y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, grab.
Bring the mug and let it this. Oh, that's horrible.
Oh my God.
That needs to be cut. That was a bad idea. That was a trash idea.
You got to work through it to get to it. You
got to work through it?
Got to work through it to get to it.
That's some old school sex ass. Hey, young blood, you gotta work to it to get to it. That is some real dirty talk. It sound weird. Hey, young blood, you working through it to get to it?
Say young blood, say sucker, say young sucker, just like you used to be.
We don't use sucker no more, dude. We don't use jive turkey and all that stuff no more, man.
That's why they talk to anybody no more. They talk to the air.
What you mean?
On the internet, they don't talk to a person. They talk to the air, the ethers, and whoever catches it catches
The
it.
ethers?
Yeah, they're just out there. They don't talk man to man no more.
I don't know what an ether
We
is.
said sucker back in the day. We was talking to that man, looking him in his face. We meant that. And that man sucker. Like he was like,
I ain't gonna lie. I'm 45. I ain't never called nobody a sucker. I ain't never.
that was my dad. That was my dad.
Do that.
Nah, you said we. You said we.
We in the
said we.
A lot of people.
I adopted some of that, the lingo. Chump. Like my dad called people chump. Like you don't hear nobody say that.
What's the one like non-curse word that you use when you like talk with somebody? You like, you don't call nobody a sucker. Like, what do you call them? We used to call people marks. Like, you mark.
Marks, yeah, definitely marks.
You mark. Which is really unfortunate for anybody named Mark.
I think today is goofy. I say goofy today.
Yeah,
I say it hard.
that, yeah.
Like you a goofy. Like it's like an emphasis.
That makes you mad, bro. It does do something to you. You goof ass.
Yeah,
Right?
there's a lot of goofy stuff happening right now.
Yeah,
That's
part.
my word.
That part.
That part, man. All right, but we here.
Game change.
Game changers. Talking about
Nothing.
and everything at the same time.
And everything at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah,
That really.
that shit was too like.
Yes. I mean the game
Podcast is over.
changed.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
You're welcome. Subscribe.
That's
Subscribe below.
Yeah.
The type things.
So Joe, what was one of the ones you threw up as the topic? Like, what's one of the ones we can just riff off of right now?
You know what? I don't remember.
Because I'll look it up.
Look it up. I honestly don't remember.
That's a cool thing, but I mean, well, I will say this before we even jump into the topics. This is the first time that we got like the full crew
Yes.
in the room.
Yeah.
So we
Pat's back. You
had
don't
to
wipe
talk
his
about
nose.
we had to talk about Voltron or Power Rangers last time. Pat, which Power Ranger would you be?
Oh man, I'm the black one.
You'll be the black one.
Whatever the black one's doing, that's what I'm doing.
Whatever the black was doing.
You come in dancing, doing belly roll, whatever you doing, I'm doing that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna rock with the green one.
When he started fighting, he did a little whatever.
Oh, he did do that.
He did do that.
But that
Man,
wasn't
shut that
he's
hell.
talking about the Power Rangers actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you was talking about Voltron.
No. Power Rangers. I ain't never seen that shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You ain't never watched Voltron?
I don't think I have.
Man,
Maybe the line.
you gotta watch that.
Yeah,
I've seen stuff.
a bunch of like robotic
Sorry
cats
for your
that go together.
childhood.
That's
I probably have, but I just don't.
I feel sorry for your
I don't
childhood.
have a memory.
It was Power Rangers before Power Rangers was Power Rangers. Like for real.
So like the Zords and all that stuff.
Yeah, they were all like
cats or something, right?
Yeah.
And they connected and made a big
See, I know that.
unibrow or
But
something.
I don't recall sitting
Hey
down
man,
saying I'm
Saturday
going to watch
mornings
Voltron.
was a thing, man.
It was.
Saturday mornings was a
Saturday
thing.
morning cartoons even still come on.
Not on cable, but on YouTube. I forget the name of the channel, but you go on YouTube and it's literally like this channel and it has a bunch of video of like anything from He-Man, Rugrats,
Really? Like
Garfield.
Hanna-Barbera and all that?
he clipped the cat all of
And
it.
it's just one.
It's like it plays
channel.
like 3 hours.
Really?
Like each video is like 2 to 3 hours of just straight.
Okay, wait. Are these like new age cartoons?
No.
Are these
Like all cartoons back in the day, throwbacks. Yes.
Oh, that's some sit down.
That's-
with
This one gonna be like, I'm sorry I didn't grade y'all papers. I got a little busy this weekend.
Yeah. Let me catch up on Heathcliff.
What was that? There was one I used to love. It was called, I think it was called the Lone Star Ranger. And he would like get his power. It was like he would get his powers from like the animals. He would like
Marshall Bravestar, bro.
yes. That one. Yeah, they had that on there.
Marshall Bravestar,
Read
bro.
the eyes of a hawk.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Marshall Bravestar. Damn, I'm old as shit now.
That was
God
on there.
dang, that's crazy.
So I'll send it to y'all. But like I watched it this morning. I was like, man, it made me feel like it.
Pat, what was your favorite cartoon as a kid?
Bro, we talking about what, Saturday mornings and stuff?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Got a
watching.
whole fresh bowl of cereal.
I like Animaniacs and
Yeah.
I watched that like Zone and Peaky in the Brain and stuff like that.
Peaky in the
Do
brain.
you realize how wildly inappropriate Animaniacs was? Like, it's something.
Yeah.
It was like deep, like
Yeah, it was, but like it was like kind of like that whole Hello Nurse thing. It was like some Me Too type
All
shit
of
going
it,
on.
bro.
Oh, man, listen, like, I mean, if you want to talk about inappropriate, like, freaking Woody Woodpecker and all them, they literally chase each other with butcher knives. It's like, you
All
can't
of
be
it,
sensitive about it. Like, yeah, like, I mean, Daffy Duck had a whole double bait shotgun. Like, yo, shot his face off, son. Like, you can't be sensitive about
Not only that, y'all ever watch those
cartoons.
late night cartoons like Ren and Stimpy? What was it? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like all those. Like
Oh yeah,
Those
that
shows-
came on. It was literally called Adult Swim.
yeah,
though.
but still,
it
though,
was for
those
adults. It was cartoons for
crazy.
adults.
I was like, because I talk about it like with my kids. I'm like, man, you're not watching that. You're not watching SpongeBob. And then I thought about some
Yeah.
stuff I watch. I was like, ooh.
Swan, you remember? I remember you wouldn't let the kids watch SpongeBob. You
No,
like
not
they
for-
are too stupid. Like you
Yeah,
are
like,
not
I'm not
gonna
doing
be
this.
stupid.
Yeah, I wasn't doing
Yeah.
this.
his best friend's parents wouldn't let him watch The Simpsons for nothing. That was like forbidden because it was viewed as like
Pop quiz though for you. Where did The Simpsons start?
on TV.
Before it became its own
Oh wait, I got you. Tracy Ullman show.
Tracy Ullman show. Yeah. You know how you know how the Simpsons have that little episode on there? Like they watch a cartoon on the Simpsons, they watch a cartoon.
yeah.
That's what it was on the Tracy Ullman show.
Right, and it showed like right after Living Color.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
so Living Color had like that little small skit. Like Tracy Ullman had like maybe a 5-minute piece or whatever, and
Yeah,
then after the Simpsons they slid it right in there.
And it was the same animation they used on that cartoon that they watched.
wow.
That same animation. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Way
me
back
some.
in the day.
That's
Fun
crazy.
fact, I read that on back of a Snapple cap.
On the back of a Snapple.
Snapple facts.
So Snapple
Snapple
fact.
facts. Yes.
Bro, I never knew that. Like I'm at a point now, my kids, they don't really watch. I mean, they watch stuff on like Disney Plus. It's like it's too many apps. So it's like
Yeah.
what they into, like what do y'all watch? They name shows. I never heard of this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, that's not what I grew up watching. We had the 1-2 channels or so we could watch.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was a certain time between like 12 and 3. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
And they cut all that shit off.
And after that, it was back to the news, and you were like, all right, I'm going outside.
Man, you used to run home from school just to catch G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Was it G.I. Joe,
Mm-hmm.
GoBots,
Transformers, Centurions.
I must have skipped all that. Yeah.
Silverhawks.
Yes.
Silverhawks, bro.
Silverhawks was fire.
Silverhawks, yes.
Fuck, I missed that era. What was
Silverhawks, bro. They was in
No.
space or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
The one though, Thundercats, bro.
Yes.
Yes,
Thundercats.
Thundercats used to be.
You know, Thundercats,
Good old
Thundercats and He-Man redid their whole series. It's back now. Like it's all different. Like it's a
Interesting.
whole new series. Yeah,
Is it on YouTube or is it like on?
I'm sure it is on YouTube, but this was on TV. Like this was on Netflix, I believe it was.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's changed.
Thundercats.
Oh yeah.
They're supposed to come back out with that, too.
With what?
Thundercats is supposed to come back.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like an anime, though. Like
No,
anime
it's like
style.
it's at an adult store.
What?
Thundercats.
Speaking of anime, X-Men did an
that
anime
9/7.
one.
Yeah.
No, not
this is
that's a
before that.
cartoon. No, X-Men anime.
Yeah, it was dope.
Oh, it's
Hey,
dope.
Squeeze
So
Me?
what's that? Is
They
it
did like-
Crackle? What is that?
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll.
They did it for like, well, they probably did one season.
One
they
season.
stopped.
Yeah.
It was fire, bro.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it's
nice.
hard to keep up with anything, man. You said Crunchyroll? What is that?
That's literally where you can get all your anime.
Yeah.
So like me and my son watch that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean all the anime, anyway from your mainstream ones like Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, but then you can get your obscure ones, you know, whatever you're into, they literally have it all.
That's crazy. I thought you were talking about sushi.
No, but that is a sushi though. Crunchyroll is good.
Can I get
See, I
Crunchyroll,
never got into
Can I
anime.
get a Crunchyroll?
I'm still not into anime, but like in college is when I first started hearing like about Dragon Ball and all that kind of stuff. And everybody talking about it. I'm like, what is that? Like
That was my intro to it though. Was Dragon Ball? Because if you watch the Toonami, what was it? Dragon Ball, Inuyasha, and I forget Yu Yu Hakusho. All those were on there. That's how I started. And then after a while, once I got older and started to see where it was available and what was out there, I was like, then I started getting the Gundam and Naruto and all that stuff. So it's crazy. It's wild, right?
It is wild.
it's a whole other genre, just like community of people. Like
It really is.
with the anime stuff.
Oh, it really is.
It really is.
like,
I just
don't
want to
play
go
around
one of
with
those
that.
anime cons that they have, like here in the DFW. I always want to go, but it always falls on a day when I'm already doing something.
I can't say I've ever wanted to do that, but I would. And I like one of the Star Wars ones. Like we went to a Magus game one time, and it was Star Wars night. Didn't realize it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
That was not. But everybody's walking around like stormtrooper outfits. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
I
bet
saw
you they're
that.
having the time of their life.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Grown ass people with cat costumes and stuff.
yeah,
Like, it's
I bet you
crazy.
they was having a ball. Like they found out about it, and they just had a blast with it. Like, hey,
And that's the main reason why I want to go, because either one of those conventions, like people spend like crazy amounts of money on actually making their costumes.
so who would you go as?
I'd go as me. I just want to go. I like.
Man, I think I would do. I would probably
Jeff
go as
Mack.
Kratos, man.
Oh, that would be dope.
I can see that
God of War,
though.
yeah, I was definitely.
Favorite character?
No. God of War.
Oh, see, I don't.
It's a video game.
Okay, see, I'm about to lose.
I'll go as Blank Man.
Man,
that's hilarious.
man.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
I'll be the sidekick.
man.
I'll be the David Allen Green.
Damn.
I don't
Man,
know who I was.
Swan done grew out his hair, but like you could have done that Frozone easy.
I could have done Frozen. What's my super suit?
Where's my super suit? Oh man, you ever find a picture of Keith before he drew his hair out? Frozone, easy,
Slightly.
Easy.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it.
easy.
Pat, you gonna be Meteor Man?
Meteor Man.
Oh, man.
Yes, bro. I saw some posts about that. Like they don't have that movie streaming anywhere. Like nobody can go watch it. Like you have to go find it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's random. I love that movie.
Find somebody
man.
with a Plex account, upload it.
Yeah, it's that Robert Townsend.
Man.
Yeah.
But they don't make stuff like that. They don't let stuff like that come out because it's too much messaging. It's too much black empowerment and you know
Man.
people feeling good for themselves, having pride in themselves.
I dare you.
It's
Well,
like,
I
stay
mean,
underground.
whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
Right.
Like,
What's
whose
that?
fault is that? Like, I mean, like he put it out there in the market, and we as consumers didn't pick up on it. Whose fault is that?
it's a very sophisticated system we have, though, sir, because we're in a system of conditioning. That's what I always say forever and a day. Like, since slavery, we've been conditioned to think a certain way about ourselves, about the world and how the world operates. So with Robert Townsend coming in, believing how he believes and believing against that system,
Yes.
but everyone's still in the system. And so they say, well, that's all good and great.
Who was
but
the other one? Mario Van Peebles used to put out the
him and
messages
his
too.
dad.
Oh,
But
man.
not to get super political, but that is one of the reasons why I'm hearing that Trump is trying to get rid of TikTok, because apparently over over there, they don't let their people see all this goofiness that we are subjected to. Over there, like if it's not serious and educational,
Right.
you can't post it or
Yeah,
you can't
yeah,
share it.
yeah.
But over here, they just let it fly.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
a-
so that was one of the underlying messages that Trump was trying to say, like, hey, man, like outside from all the things that the way they're getting all your information because we don't read the terms and conditions. The biggest lie we always tell: did you read the terms and conditions? Yes. No, you didn't.
Man, you know how dangerous that is.
Scroll,
check box.
like 16 phone books. Like, I ain't read that. Like, are you kidding me? I don't read the word for Apple or nothing like that. Well, I see what you're saying, man.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, you know how extremely dangerous that is, though, to live in a society that, like, just kills creativity. That's where everything comes from anyway. Like, the creative spirit behind things, just, if you can imagine a government just saying, you know what, don't, think in this mindset, and everything just collapses. You have somebody that thinks for you. So I think it's not depressing, bro.
Team Android, baby. That's why people don't like us. Because they like Apple. They want Apple things for you. Like, if you think about it, Apple does everything for you. But Android, you can go in and manipulate stuff and change stuff around and fix it how you want to do it. It's like that's the mentality of society. That's what people are like, oh man, get Apple, get Android. It's too much stuff. You too much changing stuff. Like Apple will do all this for you, and you can't hack it. You can't hack anything. But I just want to.
Hey, I agree with you 100%. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I agree with you 100%.
This man would not.
Hey,
We not even finna get it.
I'm not
Yeah.
even.
no, let's go ahead.
Because that's like y'all think. Y'all, yes, y'all. That's exactly what it is. Y'all go into you can customize this and you can just who cares? Work though. That's all that matters. That's what I'm saying. You hear somebody that buy a Ferrari like, oh man, I can't work on my own car. Nah, but that baby look good and it roll. That's all that matters.
They got the money to go send it to wherever they got to.
The person that buy a Ferrari or a Phantom ain't worried about getting under their car and changing the oil. No. Because they got a Phantom.
What's wrong with society, man? Y'all don't do your own oil changes.
That's exactly what it is.
That's what's wrong with society.
What's wrong with you young as now? You don't know how to do that.
They don't know how to change the tires. They don't know how to do anything. Like, and they make these vehicles so much sophisticated, so you can't even find stuff. Like, I couldn't find a battery, bro. Like, I was tripping. Like,
Yeah, now I will say that. That sucks like hell.
So
that happened to me. I was like, hold on, man, you doing a little search for the battery? It's like,
I'm on YouTube. Like, how do you find a
where's
battery?
the battery? Gotta take all kinds of stuff apart. It used to be right here.
I will say that though. I think that like with this generation now, I think it's a lot easier for people to go and just like do shit themselves. Like, yo, I'm going on YouTube and find the answer for some things. Like back in the day, you didn't really have
University,
answers.
yeah.
Now all
University,
day.
oh, yeah.
That's
that
facts,
game
bro.
has changed. Like you didn't know back in the day, you had to hire somebody. You don't know how to you need a plumber. Well, I guess I don't know how to do this shit. I'm going to get somebody else to do it. Yeah, pretty much tell you how to hotwire a whole damn car. Online. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Nah, he'd be all right. For those of y'all, if y'all can hear, that's my child. He'll be all right though. His mom's here. Let me purge that. They gonna let his child.
All right.
Yeah, you'll be all right. Go fend for yourself. That's how you make your kids tough.
We're gonna make it.
Turn on YouTube. What you need?
He'll make it through this difficult time situation. He'll be all right.
What does that say on that? Is that? I've been staring at it for a minute. What is it? I know, Conrad. I know your ass can't see that at all. Right?
Oh, it's about a Windows update.
Oh, the update? We ain't doing no update. You need to leave it alone.
Back to this Android. No.
To the real topic.
Oh, man.
So tell me, like, we game changers, right? The game has changed, like, life has changed. We talk about YouTube University, man. Y'all remember Encyclopedia Britannica, people coming to your house?
I never
like,
could afford that though.
your parents' house tell you,
We could afford it. So we could afford it, but we had the same books about 8-9 years. Information
You represent stuff that 8 years out of date.
The world that changed 3-4 times. And next thing you still got this, like, I guess this is right. Let's go to the encyclopedia.
Yeah, I remember, man, being in class, like, and having to go over to the encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like, they had a teacher who just didn't trust computers. Oh yeah, bro. Like, I think that was like probably like 3rd grade or something. Like, I was mad young.
Oh, that was like
teacher
20.
didn't trust computers. Made us look in the encyclopedia for everything. Like, y'all don't do it. No, you don't trust them fancy. Ain't nobody can put anything on them computers. Like, didn't trust computers.
She was an Android user.
Oh, my grandmother didn't trust dishwashers. We had to wash dishes by hand.
Oh my God. That's our common black
I still
thing.
do not use. I never.
Bruh.
We've been in this house for like 8 or 9 years.
You ain't used that shit one time.
Ain't used it once, bro.
Hey.
I don't know what it is. Like it's just
hand
there.
wash.
That is a black cultural thing, bro.
Listen, man, I'm the same way though. Like, I think my dishwasher broke 10 years ago. And I only used the dishwasher to store the dishes I was washing.
To dry it, right?
Yeah.
I
I
thought that
guarantee
was
you.
normal.
I guarantee that most of Black America right now, if you open that dishwasher, that little yellow ass, whatever the little, the usage sticker is still on the inside of that thing.
Right.
No one uses that, dog.
My son goes, hey, why don't we use the dishwasher? My wife goes, you ordered this.
You ordered this.
You ordered this.
You ordered dishwasher.
That's how I was raised.
Yeah.
Whatever came to washing your clothes, it's like, we ain't using the wash and dryer. Y'all got that clothesline and stuff.
That's a little different.
Now,
but yeah.
that is
There's some people that do it. I think like
I ain't
not too
doing
far
it.
from
Granny.
like around in my
I
neighborhood.
ain't
There's
doing
some people that still hang their stuff out.
Oh yeah, Granny used to hang her clothes up. Like,
you smell like neighborhood. I'm good.
listen,
Down good, shout.
Hey, can you make that Downey neighborhood? That's what you smell like.
Yeah.
Smell like
smell
neighborhood.
like
It
outside.
smell like backyard.
That's funny.
I always wash the dishes. I'm bougie. I'm super bougie. Like, you got dishwasher the machine that you look. I'll put them in the machine. If I can sit here and do that for another 30, 40 minutes.
Well, it never clicks on my head to do it. Like you just start washing, and then like by the end you look, you be like, that is there. That's all you be like, that is there.
Listen, Pat, you want to be a millionaire?
Set your dishwasher.
Invent a machine that folds your clothes after you do the laundry.
Do they have that in Japan?
Bro, I will not. I can't.
It'd be over.
It'd be over.
It'd be
It
over.
would be.
Like who doesn't leave their clothes out? Like
It'd be over.
Take 30 minutes. About an hour maybe to wash and dry your clothes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your clothes sit there on the pile for about a week.
What's that?
Or you wash your clothes and they stay in a big ass pile in your room for about 2 months.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
right in your room.
that's
Not definitely
Bro,
not in the machine.
I would definitely be that meme where it's like, take my money. Take my money.
Oh yeah.
Because I wash clothes all day long. I wash them all. I will not fold. And I don't know what it is. I can't fold. I don't want to fold. It's just like,
So the next
I gotta
time
have
you
a
see
routine.
us, we will be on Shark Tank.
hey, actually, for real though.
But that's a good idea.
Man.
That is not how you gonna figure. You figuring this out?
Pat, look it up, man. See if it's in
Yeah, look it up on your Android.
Yeah, you look up on your Android and you can customize.
Speaking of that, man, some of those be like the dopest videos, like with like those Oriental people, man. Like they go in their house and like they got all this automated stuff and like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everything, like
Yeah.
you put a little shoe in a little shoe cleaner.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the little
yeah,
box, like the people that come home and just all these different little electronics, bro. It's crazy. I be watching those videos like, oh man.
People are smart as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I need
You
that
know
to happen,
why?
though.
Because they don't let them watch funny videos on TikTok.
You know why? Because they can't. Because they got Androids.
Tell me what is that? Tell me what is that?
What is that, Pat?
Tell
What
me
you
what is
got?
that? Tell me what is that?
What is this?
Tell me what is that? That's a short. That's a YouTube short of somebody folding clothes with a machine.
Is it really? They
A
already got
machine
that?
folding clothes. They just set the shirt in. They can see it, the whole class.
Bro, you lying?
What?
I'm telling you, man. You think stuff and you think it's like a one of one. Nah,
Somebody
man.
already got it.
somebody got it.
How come I
Somebody
don't have
behind
one
that
of
door
those?
right there doing
Right.
that.
Hey, let them import that joint over here. I'll buy it.
I don't trust them.
It look black. I don't trust it.
I don't trust it.
Look black. I don't trust it.
I don't trust it.
Hey,
We
get
play
that
that.
folding shirt,
Nah, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Nah, I don't trust
I
it.
don't trust it.
But
Black
that shirt,
people, bro.
number one,
Why are we
hey, that
like
shirt
this?
did not come out indeed. The dude
Why are
that's
we
selling
like
that.
this?
We all
Why are we like this?
Nobody with
He said, I don't
shoes. His shoes ain't got laces. I don't trust nobody with shoes with no laces, dog.
It's the trauma.
The shoes ain't got laces.
That's the childhood trauma, bro. We go in our
Why
minds
are we
like,
like this?
Don't trust it. We had
Oh,
that
that's
as
a whole
kids.
machine.
Yeah, there's somebody behind that door, folks. That said,
They got a little person.
Peter Dinklage is behind that.
Who's Peter? Is that the guy?
It's my boy,
Game
yeah.
of Thrones.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones?
yeah.
No, you did not.
I did.
That
You
is
did not.
There's somebody behind that door.
Like he's like,
I don't
he's
trust that.
selling this. Oh my God.
I know shady.
Foldy mate.
I know shady when I see shady, bro. That's shady.
Hey, come here. I found it. Foldy mate, bro. Like,
What's my guy's name from Everybody Hates Chris? Risky?
Yeah.
This is a risky machine right
oh my gosh, bro.
That's funny.
there. Ain't no way.
Killing me when dude said, I don't trust it. Right away.
don't trust
Why
it.
are we so black?
No, dude didn't have any
Why
shoes. He
black
didn't have
people
shoelaces. I don't trust him. I just can't do it.
Hey, is that how you greet people? You
That's
look
it.
down,
No,
no shoelaces?
no.
Nah,
you should. Nah, you shady. I'm shady. You got slip-in shoes? Nah, you don't like do work.
Oh, bro.
You don't like do work, dog. I know
Hey,
better.
real talk. I'm gonna hire somebody to come up and try to sell someone something and not have no shoelaces.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I can't trust you, bro.
who sent you correct?
Oh,
Good product.
Right.
No.
Nah.
That'd be
Hey,
something he said he really needed too.
yeah. Hey, life is too easy for you. You slipped in my shoes today, didn't you? No hard work. Sorry.
My friend.
No, I'm good. My friend.
Oh my God.
It's okay, my friend.
No, I'm good.
That's funny.
I'm a hard pass on that one.
Gosh.
But that's gonna throw me off for life. Every time I see someone with no shoes, like,
Nah. You don't value hard work, dog.
you a criminal.
Or they got money. Like
You a hard
super rich.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
privilege.
That's funny though.
You
You know,
sliding.
like people influence you like that because, like my thing is, like, you know, bougie girl was always getting her nails done, and so whenever somebody, I'm like a teacher or whatever, I'm talking to them, and I look down at their nails and they got like one missing or something's wrong, and I'm like, no, you don't take care of yourself.
Dirty, isn't it? Dirty.
Love yourself and try again.
I can't trust you.
Can't trust you.
That's funny.
Wow.
All right. Now, what was the topic you were talking about we supposed to talk about?
It's the relationship, man. Like, you know, the different dynamics and stuff, man. Like how everything changed, man, from back in the gap. You know, when it used to be, oh, the man is this and the woman is this, and all these roles, man, these like relationship roles. I know everything is like all over the place right now. Like people talking about 50-50, like, hey, you gonna have the bills. Like people are basing relationships off so many different things outside of like what it was back in the day. Seems like it's just, okay, well, how much you make? Okay, well, I make this. Okay,
You're
well,
right. So I do have a question for you. So what do you think about, like, how does a person's upbringing influence them in their current relationships?
Well, that's the what you call it, where everything is formulated. Like they're growing and they're learning from whoever's raising them, be it big mama, be it mama, daddy, or whatever, or step parents, or whatever it is, foster parents. So they're learning from that and their environment and who they're seeing and looking at. So I think that plays a huge part in as they get into an adulthood and they start emulating what they've seen or what they've learned along the way. It just really depends on the situation because every situation is different. So
I think, like, here's the part that I try to tell people that I feel like most people miss. You got to understand where the person's coming from as far as, one, how they were raised, but two, if they have siblings, where are they in the pecking order? Meaning, if they're the oldest, it's a different mentality, right? Because you're the firstborn, you're the one that parents like. I'm learning. You're my first child.
You're like the first
strictest,
You are the first adult.
and then also it's the expectation you have to grow up quickly, and it's a lot of responsibilities put on you. Middle child, right? A little different, right? Middle child is always going to be, you know, I'm trying to be known, be seen. I'm here too. Like I could, you know, sometimes usually they're the overachievers. If you're the youngest, you got free reign. You carte blanche, whatever you want. But that's the part that I think people, they just completely skip over. Like, for instance, like me and my wife, she's the oldest. I'm an only child. Okay, so I had more of the mindset like I'm gonna do what I want, and if there's something I want, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get that. Like that's just like very straightforward. But for her, she's very like, well, okay, that's great, but what does that look like? What are the steps? How are you gonna do it? Give me some information, right? Because she had to, because when her parents was like, hey, you need to watch your sister and your brother, you need to take care of the house. If you don't do anything, she got to make sure she understands what's going to happen because something bad happens, she get in trouble. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, like, in the beginning, me and her bumped heads really bad because I always thought, like, I had these ideas and she's like, oh, I don't know, this, that, and the third. She's just trying to understand so she knows what the steps and the plans are. I'm just like, I got a plan, let's just go do it. And I took it as she didn't support me.
Oh.
And that used to piss me off. But then, like, one day, it finally, like, I don't know what happened, but it just clicked. I was just like,
I can tell you what happened. Healthy communication is what happened.
That too, I guess so.
Healthy communication, because you were able to, one, you were able to reflect, like you just said. You were looking at it this way, but she's really just being this way.
Right, yes.
And then you had those open and healthy conversations.
Right.
Versus, I'm right. You're wrong. Let me call everybody just to tell you that you're wrong.
Right.
No, like you had healthy communication, or like Pat said earlier, let me go on social media. You post on social media. I'm like, you're wrong. Bro. Like,
hate that.
Like healthy communication will save you, bro. Like all the time, bro. Like if you're able to, like, because you were able to reflect and see, and then you were able to see where she's coming from, and you actually had a whole conversation about it.
Yeah.
But we know the truth. She yelled at you and pinned you down. I'm just
I do want to jump on that social media conversation. I think that honestly, that social media is destroying relationships, bro. Oh my God, left and right, and like from what I'm seeing is like posting, right? That's one of the biggest things. Like some people are outwardly affectionate and they want to show, but when you're in a relationship with somebody that's not that way. Bro, like it is conflicting and I don't know, it's damaging. And the hearts you click on, you click on somebody, you might like a picture. They know what the hell they were doing with that, by the way. You like a picture, and all of a sudden now you're in the doghouse. For a week and a half. You're trying to explain why you like a picture.
I don't know, man. I think that's a immature mentality. Like maybe I like what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Now it's different. It's different. Like now, is she like scantily clad? You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, cheeks out. Like. That's a problem right there.
How you explain that? Look at those curtains in the back. Goddamn curtains, boy.
Like like if it's just like like if y'all are meet like friends or whatever, and like she's at an event. And you like, hey, you look nice in the whole full dress, like versus, oh, she been all over the coffee table.
Right.
That's different. You know what I'm saying? But like so that depends on that whole conversation. You know
that goes back to communication too, right? I mean, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, y'all can't discuss internet stuff, because that's where we are now.
Yeah, we are there.
People want to discredit the internet all day long and say it's not real. Mm-hmm. It's real when a person gets on there. Mm-hmm. It's like any building is just a building, but when a person steps in there, stuff starts happening because people are real beings, real things. We make stuff happen. So the internet is a real place, so you got to accept that part of it, and then so you got to communicate that. Like, hey, man, if you gonna be on here, don't be showing your tail.
Oh yeah. It's a boundary thing.
I was about to say it's boundaries, and I think that's another part that people don't.
So when do boundaries become like? When do that like not mesh? Like some people's insecurities, right? Could be a boundary, but like at the same time, like when is it fair? Like is there a compromise between those two things?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'll just say for me personally, if your boundaries hinder me from being me, right? And being me doesn't hurt nobody. Like I'm not disrespecting you. I'm not causing any issues. Everything I do is out of love and to in the betterment for everybody. But if you're insecure, like okay, perfect example, right? You have some females like, hey, you don't look or talk to another female ever. Right? And so like for me, like I'm a naturally nice person. And if you genuinely need help, your tire busted, you a lady, you got you single mom, you got a dozen bags,
of course.
I'm a deuce, right? But if I do that and you like, oh, why are you talking to her? That's to me, that's a problem.
That is a problem.
Right? That's not a boundary, that's an insecurity.
That's an insecurity.
But again, right, you have to decipher that, and it's hard to, because when you love somebody, you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to piss her off, or I don't want to piss him off, or I don't want to, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're trying to cater and like, you're trying to be, compliant to that relationship.
I think if you tackle something like that in the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, if your motives are pure, like Jeff said, his like, we're only talking about pure motives here. Right. Like now, Jeff is like, oh, she got a bikini on. Let me help her with her girl.
Right. Yeah.
That's all we're talking about.
I got a funny story about that later. We'll share later.
Do you now?
No, Jeff. It's funny as hell.
No, so like, because I understand completely. Like there have been several times I'm in the grocery store with my son. I'd be like, sir, like she got a whole baby. And she got all those groceries. Like, and I tell him, go help her with her groceries. And I'm trying to teach him. Like, I tell him all the time. Right. Go open the door. Open the door for your mother. Open the door for your mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to teach these things, but like, I gotta hear your funny story now.
Oh, man.
Like, you saw a lady in the grocery store with a bikini on? Like,
no. That wasn't that way at all. That's what I said. Funny story. It's all brand story, but it was a story about chivalry. It's all there. Like, okay, so my brother, man, he passed. Probably about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years at this point. But we were in Houston and we were driving down that way, and I remember him. If you know Dwight is like this, like super cool. I don't think he was dating at the time. He might have been dating, like
But he had a tight ass shirt on.
I always got swole ass shirt off on over. He take these shit. Yeah, one of them take these originals. So we were driving, man, down one of these down freeways or whatever, and then there was a lady, and she was on the outside of his car or whatever, and she needed help, and so we were following him. I was driving behind him or whatever, and then we seen him like pass it, he goes to the exit, and he loops around like, what the hell is he doing?
Where's he going?
We got somewhere to go. Like, where we headed? And so we like, you know what? He's gonna go back and help this damn woman that's on the side of the freeway. So I like, okay, because that's what you do.
Because that's the proper thing to do.
So we get there, we pull up. It's busy. Fucking freeway is like, cars going crazy. And so we get over to the side. We see him get out of the car, like, he had a little super tight shirt on or whatever, business shirt. He goes up to this lady, says, 2 or 3 words, stops, turn around, get back in the car. And drives off. I'm like, he didn't help her change the tire.
Probably because 2 cars pulled up.
No, because it was a transsexual car.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a rough lady. Yeah. So the lady that was clearly in drag.
Oh,
God. Drag. That's what it was. So you're like, when he came back around.
A whole note.
You turn and we bust back off. So chivalry.
That's funny.
Hilarious. That really did happen, by the way.
I was
Clown that man so bad.
I was telling this story to my daughter not too long ago. Like, I was on Oakland at the Buffalo Wild Wings, right? And when I tell you, 2 of the most beautiful women I've ever seen approached me, right? Just beautiful, right? And I just looked, and I was just like, nope. I can't. Look where we are. I can't. I can't. Like, there's absolutely, like, I can't even engage in this conversation. Like,
wow.
No. You got to be careful looking nowadays.
Yeah, like.
Said, what's your name? You looking good over there.
I was telling my daughter that story because
you see something you like.
Man, yeah, I was.
Like that?
It wasn't even like that. Like, it was it very well could have been a woman. Like, but I was just like, look where we are. Like, I'm not. No.
You need your carburetor changed.
I'll change the carburetor in your life.
I know where you're at.
I'll change your carburetor. Boy, that's a line, right?
Give you an
Absolutely.
Let me change your mind. Your game changer.
That lifestyle, but that's obviously what Sneed's preference. And it's not my preference, so I just obviously nothing against that.
But you were their preference, though. You said they were preference.
It's up to you.
Yeah, well, I was just trying to enjoy my wings, man. I was just trying to enjoy my wings.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, is that a flag though? If female or not?
What
do you want the female to walk up to you and approach you?
If a female approaches you, like, is that a flag?
Is that a flag?
That's not a flag.
I don't think so.
I would like to see more of that happen. That doesn't happen.
Really, man, guys. It's like, well, I'm thinking that's a flag for you.
I mean, I'm saying it could be a level of a flag. It's
Giving women hyping. You don't approach me. I come to you. Okay? You gonna sit down. I'll be over there in a minute. Finish my wings.
Like Pat walks off humming. It's a man's world. No, I don't personally think that's a flag at all. Like, if a woman approaches and like, guys want compliments too. Like,
So why y'all think that don't happen as often? That don't happen often. I feel you. That doesn't happen.
Too many Heisman, too many elbows to the face.
Oh, man.
Get away.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do women not take that approach? Why do you think that's
because there's so many women that think it should be the other way around. Like, but like I tell my female friends all the time, like, you gonna miss out on your own bliss. Like, you're sitting over here talking about how attractive he is, and you hadn't told him. You're telling me,
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna win, man. I'm not gonna go over there and say, bro. Like,
man, she think you fine.
yeah, she wants you to come to her. Like, no, like, I tell my female friends this all the time. Like, if you want it, go.
Because he may not see her.
And also the thing that irks me, because I work in education, so it's primarily women, right?
Correct.
And so the thing that irks me is those conversations. He hasn't called me. Well, if you want to talk to him, dial his number. Phones work 2 ways.
Right.
He hasn't texted me.
Right.
He should call me and text me all the time. Like, why is he putting in so much work? You want what he wants.
Right.
Just call him.
But I think it goes back to, again, that fairy tale mentality of how, I'm not just going to say just women, but how people think relationships, or again, the role of a man and then the role of a woman. Right?
Yeah.
Because you can also flip that the other way around and say a man come home, you be like, why ain't my meal cooked? You know what I mean? Why ain't the dishes clean? It's like, well, hold on, play like, is that who you was like? Is that the conversation you had to say that that's what you wanted, or you just expect that because your mom did that, or you get what I'm saying?
That part, like, so yeah, it's like, you're touching on something that's super important. There's so many unwritten rules.
Yes,
and
so that part. Yeah.
I'm gonna start writing them down.
Make them written.
Yeah, like there's so many unspoken expectations. Like if that's what you desire in a relationship, then that's what you should say. And like, especially like if you're the man that wants to come home every day with your dinner cooked and the house clean, say that so she can make a decision. Do I want to be this woman? Do I want a man that believes that way? Yeah. And if she's a woman that believes that this man should be doing this, and that, say that. So he can decide, am I that man that I'm going to do all of this and not receive any of this? Like, so these things should be like, hey, this is what I want, this is what I want. And now the compromise begins if you have healthy communication skills. Now the compromise begins. Well, I'm going to do this. And like, I can do this, but I'm not doing that. I'll do this every once in a while, but I'm not doing this. You know what I mean? So
let me ask this question then. Let's peel it back another layer. Is that a lack of like, I don't know how to say it, like not having that being taught by the parents? Right? You like that because it's an unwritten rule, your parents don't tell you that. Because I feel like they just, again, if you don't, like, this is the thing I have to do with my kids sometimes. I get mad at them in certain things, but I'm like, did I teach them that though? Yeah, like, do they know? So it's like, you're so worried, like, I gotta pay these bills, I gotta make sure the house take care, But it's like, are we teaching our daughters and our sons to say, hey, this is this? You know, what do you like? Well, here's the things you're gonna have to think about with, you know, and the same thing with our daughter. Like, hey, I understand daddy do all this stuff, but hey, there's just some men out there like, you know what I'm saying? Or the mom can have that conversation, because I know I have not had that conversation, but I know that's probably a conversation I should have with my kids. Because otherwise, they just see what you do. Yeah. You do everything for mom do all this stuff, and they think that's just how the world is.
At the same time, I feel like that's literally what everyone does anyway, bro. Like we don't really have the answers. Nobody does. To be honest. Like, you really think about it, you just base your shit off some shit that you seen through your parents, and they don't even have the answers, bro. They were just winging it. Right. So you seeing like the best and the worst at the same time. You making the distinction based on those things. Like, you know what, my mama, she struggled through this, or my pops, he didn't really necessarily have the answer. He fucked up here, but he did a really good job on this.
On this side,
you take those same things, and you're
Dads don't get a lot of credit at all. But one of the things that an argument in my house, man, and so.
We get the shit
like,
stuff.
The kids grew up, stay out the kitchen, I'm cooking.
Yeah.
And then they got to their, like, you're 14, you should know how to do it. No.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They don't know how. You're old enough to know how. But you told them to stay out the kitchen the whole time. To stay out the kitchen.
And that's what I'm saying, like, because you got to think about, like, even before, like, with our parents, moms would groom their daughters to say, hey, you need to know this stuff because this is, now obviously times have changed, but again, that conversation needs to be had. A man groomed their son to be a man. Right. You need to learn how to do this. Work, fix, because that's the stuff a man's supposed to do to be handy, but obviously that's not the case nowadays. So it's like, you got to have that conversation with your kids, because like you said, you can't just think that just because you're an adult, you should already know. It's like, again, did you teach him that?
Bro,
I can't expect my son to know how to change the oil if I've never taught him that.
Not only that, but the learning, let's talk about it, bro. The learning curve for when boys start learning shit is around the time that they're double digits and 10. The girls have learned by the time they were like kids. Barbie doll how to do hair. They have like fake kitchens. They have all these things set up for female. But boys, you don't get that shit. You don't get any of that stuff.
No, you don't.
Right? Your toys are the same unisex toys that these girls have. You might have a bike. You might have to, you got to put that shit upside down and fix a chain.
Like,
but that's it.
Girls are given dolls and then learn family early on.
Yes.
And so of course they mature. And we're giving G.I. Joe and Tank
and football,
and Tonka trucks, footballs. So the family dynamic from a child's perspective, it's like versus a female child and a male child, it's completely different. Yeah, it's definitely.
I think really overall it's just, I don't say lack of communication, but it's just that those teaching moments. Because we're all so busy in our career, like we're trying to achieve and get more and do more, and we look at it from that perspective just because of where we came from and our experiences. But then you miss those minor details, like, all right, but I need to teach my son, like, this is how you talk to a woman, right? This is be respectful. Like you said, go open the door, or go. But some of that gets so lost because it's like, bam, 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 we got to do this, go here. I got basketball practice, I got this and that. And you just trying to get to where you're trying to go A, B, C, D, and come back home. And I think a lot of that just gets missed. And it's like, you can't get mad, especially like the younger generation. You can't get mad. And I actually ended up learning more about this once I became a teacher. You got to see like, man, they just missing a lot of the basics. But we still have the expectation of you should know. Yeah, and that's just, and I feel like that's unfair from both sides, you know. And it's just kind of like, you can't expect somebody to do something if they don't even know what they've never been exposed to it. And it's like sometimes I get annoyed because I see some educators and some people, they just like, you know, talking to them like they second rate. I'm like, but are you understanding like where they're coming from to say that they don't know that? And then if you can become the person teaching that, think of what you just changed their life by that much. And now they can look at you as somebody they're confident to come to and say, damn, like I didn't know that. Now I know. Now I have a different perspective. And then they're willing to be more open with you. You can teach them more stuff. You know, obviously that's a whole other conversation, but I think that's just where it stems from. It's just unwritten rules, just uncommunicated expectations.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like, boy, that ain't how my mom and dad do it. Like, well, I ain't your mom and dad. Like, so I don't know what you expect from me. Like, you know what I mean? So,
bro, I like to use the term downshift. So, like, I feel like life, like, especially right now with technology, life is just beaming, just booming. So, in those moments where stuff is getting heated and frustrated, I feel like, okay, a good downshift right now is like to slow down and learn one another in that moment.
Exactly.
Because if you're able to learn somebody's, you know, like you said, their perspective and their thought patterns behind something, then you can build from that point as opposed to just rushing by it and just saying, well, just do what I say. And I get into that with my kids all the time. Like we had a conversation a few weeks ago and my 14-year-old brought up, well, y'all just tell us to do what y'all say do, and then we supposed to do it. I'm like, there's a little fine line with that, because sometimes we need you to just do what we say do, and if you don't understand it, that's not our problem. You'll get it later. But we do it right now because we know what's best for you at this moment.
The bigger picture.
Right. And sometimes if there's a way for us to communicate how you can understand what we're trying to tell you, then we'll tell you that part of it. But we're not going to always tell you that.
Yeah.
So right. Yeah.
I got this philosophy from my pops, man. He was telling me like when like relationships like that, whether it's like a romantic relationship or a relationship like father son, you know, daughter relationship, he says like we want things immediate, right? We want them to grow, we want them to get things. So it's like being on the freeway. Like you get on the freeway or tollway, you just get there fast. He said, but like you operated kind of like you're saying, like in the school zone, right? Nobody gets hurt in the school zone, right? If you're going slow enough, you see all the signs. You see,
it's supposed to be
right. You see, you're supposed to be, right? So, but you can see all of those things coming, right? So you can prepare for things. You can stop, take time to pause, let things go by. Teach and then go on. I think that's probably the better philosophy of trying to like relate to people. Yeah. So that matches perfectly with that. It kind of hit me right.
And think about like our parents, bro. Like how the times they were in, the society they were in. Like you get parents back in the day talking about, well, I just learned my husband and how he wants things done, and that makes the house happy. Or I just learned my wife and how she likes things done. That makes the house and everything run smoothly. So. On an individual level, people have to, understand that, hey, this is what works for them. It might not work for me, even though I might be the child. It might not work for me in my situation. So,
you know what I hate? I hate this. I hate this. Like, I hate hearing happy wife, happy life.
I was literally just thinking
I was thinking that. Man, but a happy man is God's plan. So what?
There you go.
But you don't want to talk about that. A happy man is God's plan. You don't want to think about that.
So why is the man left out? Like
because we get the shit in everything. What you get for Father's Day?
Father's Day is by far the worst holiday.
What you get for Father's Day? That's a goddamn style.
Underwear. I guess I got some draws. I guess. Yeah.
Say, man, like, man, listen, Bougie Girl played a joke on me one time, Father's Day. Like, I opened up a bag and it literally had socks and t-shirts and something in there. Just to record my face, and then gave me like a real gift. But yeah, bro, like a
tie or like
listen, to me, because I've always communicated that is not a gift. Getting somebody socks and underwear, that is not a gift.
A drill, a hammer, like he needs some work.
Man. I don't know why you get the crap in and stuff. I don't know. I guess it's just in the cards. I guess I don't know.
But it's because being a man, they don't expect any emotion from us, right? It's just we're essentially robots.
Well, I mean, they don't expect it. Like, there's one way of saying it. Like, don't accept it is another way of saying it.
Right.
Show some emotion if you want to. Show some emotion if you want to.
Right.
Like, no, man, ridicule, shame, brought up again. Like, man, listen. But, like, back on Father's Day, let me ask you. Like, Pat, Father's Day is coming up. What would be an ideal, perfect gift for Pat?
An ideal, perfect gift?
For Pat.
Man.
Father's Day.
That's a great question, bro. Like, I really don't know. Like,
there's somebody in the comments right now saying, "How can a woman make you happy?"
You don't even know what you want.
I tell you, like, it's like in my life right now, it's so much like just adult stuff I got like in front of me. Like, it's hard for me to think for like I say clothes. Like, seriously, like I want to like redo my whole wardrobe situation. So
now somebody's
Ain't that what socks and underwear is? Ain't that clothes?
I tried to get you these goddamn
clothes.
not no undergarments.
So get you a KG gift card.
I'll take KG. KG, man. Yeah,
what would be yours?
So the funny thing is, man, all of my toys and gifts are super expensive. So if you ask me, I'm gonna say, like, I probably won't give you a real answer because like the cheapest thing I want is probably like $300.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, except for
me.
right now, like I really want this projector set from, I saw it at Sam's. It was like $150, and it's like I was like, oh, that's affordable. But so I literally create an Amazon wish list. And so a better question for me is share your Amazon wish list, because it's a list of stuff that I plan to purchase.
right.
And so, and I got all kinds of stuff on there. Like I just recently for Christmas I got a whiskey distiller, because I am going back into making my own alcohol again. I'm going back.
Shameless plug.
I'm going back into it. Like, Swan's been trying to get me to sell my
Angry man.
Yeah.
No, why not? Hey, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Angry man.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But I got all kinds of stuff on there, man. Like I want these end tables that light up, and they're only $40. Like, I just realized that they're only $40, and there's a whole dresser set. I want a new dresser for my cologne. Pat, you don't know this, but I have a shelf that extends like super high. Cologne, just here, like only for work, date night, unopened. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want a new one, like, because now that shelf is
Cheeks
full.
clapper. The very top.
Cheek clapper.
There we go.
No, cheek clapper is wild. That is wild. That's a wild spray, bro. That's a wild spray.
Ask one of the notes in cheek.
Oh my God. What does that smell like? God dang.
Like DG himself.
Oh, man. What about you, Swan?
I don't know, bro. My philosophy is smell good, look good, feel good, eat
I
good.
mean, what's a good?
That's my gift. I'm telling you, smell good, feel good, look good, eat good, bro. So any of those things,
You gotta get a hungry man for breeze.
get by. I think like anything that would like cater any of those things, dog. I think that would be it for me personally. But like, I'd like to take trips. Like, give me an experience. I'm past like a whole bunch of clothes and shoes. Cause I got a lot of clothes and shoes. Cologne, I got a lot of cologne and stuff.
So
Like,
where would okay, so like,
Where I pull up?
what if someone trying to get you a trip?
bro, like it's a quick trip.
Yeah.
Like somewhere I haven't been.
Look at, how about shameless plug? He's trying to get flued out. He's trying to get flued out.
So like, we're out here.
Yeah. Give me a ticket somewhere, bro. Like, look, I've never been to Chicago.
Never been to Chicago?
Never been to Chicago. I'll go to something small like Chicago, bro. It doesn't have to be like super extravagant. It's just like, you know what? We think about you enough to be able to like give you a weekend to you.
Hurst, Texas.
Oh man.
It's not Hearst, Texas, damn it. You gotta get on a plane.
Hey, can you
If you gotta get on a plane to go to Hearst, Texas.
Hey, technically she gave him exactly what he asked for.
I'm flying to Hearst, Texas.
No, hey, man.
I'm not to Hearst, Texas. Ironically, I got married. My first marriage was in Hearst, Texas. The only marriage, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got married out there?
Fucking Bedford, bro. Is that what
Was that Bedford? Yeah, you had Bedford, Hearst, Euless.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta tell me.
So if you get married again,
I ain't going back.
you said you get
I
married.
ain't going back.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Enough
I ain't
said.
going
What
back.
about you, Jeff? What is a gift?
Hold on.
I ain't going back.
Tripping on her. Me, I'm kind of like you though. There's a lot of stuff that I want that's just mad expensive.
Man,
So
expensive.
it's really like tech stuff. I love tech stuff.
Yeah.
So computers, cameras.
That camera we was looking at earlier.
Yeah.
It's like $600.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That stuff like shoes and then obviously clothes too, like cool, like a hoodie, a jacket, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what do you want? Like, I can't even tell you. It'd be disrespectful for you to even think you'd be able to buy that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like,
So it's just like, all right, whatever. You know?
But I like that Amazon list because men are just like, hey, just go get this. Like,
Let's go.
then that makes it easy for people trying to buy you gifts, so they have to go into their minds. Like,
I wonder if Daddy would like don't leak this paper to shade He-Man stuff. Like what?
yeah,
Like,
I got
you
you.
thought I
So,
like this? These
listen,
Skeletor
man.
socks are gonna really do it.
listen. Like, so that's definitely one of the things that Bougie Girl always said to me was, you have to, like these lists of things that you got that you won't buy for yourself, you have to every once in a while.
Yeah.
You better.
Right. Yeah.
You have to.
You're gonna die without it. That's too deep. That's too deep. You're gonna die without those things, though.
You got to pull out.
Yeah.
What? You just said he went too deep. Did I say something wrong?
so we brought it up. Where did that start? It's like,
Oh, I thought you were going to say, well, pull it out.
Yeah, started.
where did pull it out start? Like, is that like a thing that just started like in 2000s? Was that like,
What? No.
Oh, we've been pulling out, bro.
I'm like, is that like, because it's like in our lexicon now. It's like, hey man, you got to pull out.
Oh no, wait, what?
What?
It's in the lexicon.
Well, I'm not worried about it.
What are we pulling out of?
And back to you. Back to you in the studio.
Oh my God.
Oh,
The
my
original.
God.
I don't even know what happened. I have no idea what
All right,
happened.
let's roll back. Okay,
Okay,
so yeah, no game changer. Okay, so we were talking about like relationship stuff earlier, right? One of the other things that sometimes is a conflict is, how does a new couple blend families?
Oh, I don't even know that.
Yeah, that's one of me.
Like, how do you slowly deal with like in-laws and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I think with that, it's a complicated thing because if you want the kids to get along, then what you don't want, you don't want the children to be a deal breaker. 'Cause believe it or not, that does happen. You can love somebody or care about somebody all day.
Parenting styles. I've seen that destroy relationships.
And
So
them parenting styles be something else. So you want the kids to feel comfortable around you. You want to be comfortable around the kids, and you want to be accepted. But I just think it's it's a tricky one, dog. It's a real tricky.
You ain't my daddy.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that part.
So man, in school, I've seen that. I've seen that so many times, man. Like in education, it's like stepfather is delivering lunch, and then just to be disrespected. And I'm like, first of all, you're in a school where they're providing lunch for you,
Right.
but you wanted something very specific, so you called your mom, and then your mama sent her significant other up there, and then just for you to disrespect him. Like, I'm not understanding. This man is feeding you.
That's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
how are we disrespecting this man? I've seen that so many times, and it just breaks my heart.
That's sad.
Every time. You're not my daddy. You're right. He's not. And he might not be trying to replace your father. But right now, he is the person with that fatherly role in your life. So let's not disrespect him.
Right.
And so, like, I definitely think it takes time, patience, and definitely communication.
Yep.
You know, and I definitely think you should start slow, like create experiences.
Yeah, that's
Create
what I was saying.
experiences. Like create like like you can do simple stuff like game night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Game night. Every once in a while in my house, I would turn the Wi-Fi off just to see who's in the house.
You're evil. Right?
That's evil.
But like you could, man, you could say, hey, like, you know, if it's not electronic, if it's electronic, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so like you could create like a little game night situation,
Like,
or like cooking.
Yeah,
Cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like get everybody in the kitchen. Like one of my fondest memories, man, is like, you know, like pizzas at your house. Like man, I love New Year's Eve. Just so everybody's together and everybody's in the kitchen making those pizzas.
Yeah,
which started from Sneed, by the way.
Exactly.
Started from Sneed. But like one of my like, you know, like it's little stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That stuff, yeah. I think it goes back to like Keith said, it's like experiences, man. I think like my wife got me into that. It's like I always wanted stuff. And then she used to tell me like, but she's like, you could take that same thing, go buy a ticket and go somewhere and do something. And I never understood it before, but until we like really started traveling more and then, you know, doing our yearly trips, I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, this is way better. It's like, it's way better. You know what I mean? Because it's a group experience as far as the family. And it's just something that, you know, it's like when they get older, you're going, man, you remember that time we went here with mom and dad and we did this and that.
Create the experience.
And it's just like, and it's cool because then they can go back. Because I never realized a lot of kids now don't even really go anywhere.
No, they don't.
They don't. So it's like, you know, yeah, you know, so it's like when my kids are like, yeah, I did this and I went there like, oh, okay, I've never been there before. You know, it's just like, again, like, you know, broaden your horizons, you know, go other places, experience other things. And it just becomes normal for them. So when they get older, it's not like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we used to do this with my parents all the time, you know. So I do agree with the experience thing. I do like that though.
Yeah, going to that question that you said about like how do you navigate that? I think time is like the most important thing in my opinion. So like you just can't just like say just dive into a situation. If you're dating somebody and you want to again have that experience with those young children, you just got to like I said create those moments, but it needs to be a timeline. It shouldn't be next week. Or I just make you on Tuesday, hey, let's go out with the we can introduce our kids on Saturday. We're not doing it. Right. It's a time and situation. But I do feel that it should be the person, whoever you're dating, you should like go to that. I don't know, I guess the children should meet, is what I'm trying to say. The children should meet yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, me, I'll meet your daughter. Or hey, you meet my son. Hey, now let's plan a big situation. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to tell that message. Is that how long?
Yeah, how long do you wait? Like if you because you said you met on Tuesday.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we not meeting. Yeah, like what's the time? What's that timeline?
Like what's the timeline with the children?
That's the thing though. Like there's a such thing as too soon.
Yeah, and also I think age plays a factor here.
Age does play a factor too, because you want to. If you have a 2-year-old, your 2-year-old, no, my 18-year-old. That's not a good match. Right. I would say, whenever you guys are at a point to where you're comfortable and you know, met some family, that type of thing, kids are like different. I would say kids are probably even more important than meeting mamas and daddies to me. They could be my mom and dad out there. I don't know about my kids. My kids are my everyday. You know what I'm saying? They're my everyday. So
you and her got to be like,
It's got to be something.
And so, like you spoke earlier about, like when we spoke earlier about the parenting. I've seen parenting styles destroy relationships, destroy good relationships.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so, like, you got to go back and talk about those, like how that looks.
It's about discipline, bro.
You have to talk about discipline.
Which circles back around to when we were talking about at the very beginning. We're like, you know, how were you raised? How do you learn what discipline looks like? How you learn what relationships look like? You know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped for everything. So like, it doesn't matter.
So that's the whole thing. It's like. So like you saying you got your ass whooped.
I got my ass whooped.
Right?
Certified.
I got certified. You. And so there are some people who say, I got my ass whooped, so I'll never put my hands on my child.
Right.
But I've seen it and I'm a firm believer. Like you to me now there's a complete difference between whooping somebody's ass and discipline. Right. There's a complete line and there's a difference. Like you just beating the child, you get drunk, and like the kid's not learning anything. I get that. There is a difference, but there is a difference between disciplining a child physically, you know. But there are people that say, because I got my ass whooped, I'll never lay my hand on that child. And I will say, you cannot spare the rod and then complain that the child is spoiled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to have those conversations. Like when my oldest daughter got to a certain age, like I just literally stopped because my hand was heavy.
Right. Yeah, right.
And it's like
exactly.
my hand was heavy, so I stopped. It's like I'm seriously hurting you, but I need you to learn like you're not gonna do what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you gotta have a partner that's willing to have those conversations with you.
Well, you need a partner who understands what discipline is. But discipline not necessarily doesn't mean whooping ass all the time. Like saying now again, been whooped plenty of times, and I get it. But like you have to understand, like discipline and discipleship are the same thing. Like I'm making you are a representative of my family. Mm-hmm. So I need to talk to you. I need to be able to give you these different guidelines, these boundaries, these rules, those type of things, and so that way you can understand how to behave in the future with your kids. You know, when you get a little bit older. So it's not necessarily I don't have to put my hands on you to do it every single time. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this, or everybody, is that considered a deal breaker then in a relationship? Would you consider that like if there's a person that says like, because I got whooped, I will never put my hands on my child, but their child's a whole handful, and you're the type of person like, well, I got my ass beat and I'm fine, I'm gonna beat yours. Like, if you can't come to a middle ground, is that something where you're just like, well,
that is gonna be a deal breaker.
It really should be. Now, especially if you can't come to a common ground. But I think the key factor in what you just said is their child is a whole handful. Right. Like your child is a whole handful. Yeah. Like doing the most. Like, and that just depends on what that is. Right. Like, and so how are you disciplining that child? Right. How are you teaching that child that this is right and this is wrong? And you're choosing not to put your hands on it, which is fine. You know, whatever your belief is. However, what is it like now? If that child is just doing the most and you're doing nothing about it, like that's a deal breaker to me.
Okay, here's a perfect example: Baby Boy.
Okay, with
Jody.
Yeah, Jody. Remember when Ving Rhames
when stepdad comes in,
right? It was like, and he was like, all right. And then that one time, he got him in that mean ass chokehold. Like, okay.
I mean, licked his forehead on that.
Man-to-man moment.
But Jody was being disrespectful because I think in that movie, Jody was supposed to be like in teenage, early 20s, right?
Yeah. Old enough to be at the house.
Old enough to be at the house. But I'm saying like it's one of those things where it's like he was like, hey, I'm here for your mom, right? Yeah. But you steadily disrespecting me, and you like,
disrespect.
That's an example. Obviously, that's an extreme point, but I'm just saying, like, it's like you said, with the kids, you know, step parents coming to bring you lunch, and you just being disrespectful. That kind of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have, and obviously, I've never been in a situation, so I'm just thinking from a scenario, right? That happens, you go back and you have a conversation like, hey, your child did this to me, you know? And you're just like, okay. And there's no real like repercussions or nothing going on. And it's a thing, so then what?
That's the problem.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that to a point where you're gonna be like, all right, look, I'm gonna put it this way. If you don't do something, I'm gonna be put in a position to do something, and I don't want to, so we probably gonna have to go. Like, would you say that's a moment where you say we want to go out? Because obviously I'm saying because I've never been in it. But like, if you really love somebody,
that's where everything ties all together. Okay, so you brought up a conversation that actually needs to happen.
Yeah,
like this needs to happen. Like, your child is being disrespectful or whatever the situation. Like in the situation you're in, your child is being very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And so you're telling me that I can't handle it the way that I was raised. Right. Mm-hmm. So now we have to have this conversation. And so, but as two people in a relationship, you have to be bending. You have to, okay, so this is what I'm going to try. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And then I'll, as me over here, am I willing to accept, like, what are these options that are being laid out? You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I have to bring options. Hey, since you're saying we can't use corporal punishment, which is legal in Texas. Since you're saying we can't do that, here are some of my suggestions. And then but if the two of y'all just can't, and just won't. Now, if this side is just saying, oh, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do this, and the child is right, blah, 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 then yeah, that's not going to work.
Right.
And you should be strong enough to walk away right then and there, like, because it's going to happen later. You're going to bump heads on it. And like I said, I've seen relationships end because of that, and I hated to see it.
Yeah.
I hated to see it.
Like
I knew a guy, like, he literally tried her method, put the kid in timeout, only for mom to come behind and remove the kid from timeout.
Right.
Now, the two of y'all are fighting him for what? The child was actually wrong in the situation.
Yeah. I mean, that relationship was damned from the get go.
And I hated it. Well, the two of them were wonderful, but two of them raising that child
together.
That means the child is determining how the child is raising them. The child is just making the rules.
Yeah, you just changing up.
The child is the one making the rules. If you got to go by how this child is and you can't put no discipline in any kind of way.
That child was 14 in that relationship.
Wait, 14 in timeout? Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
14 time.
No.
Yeah, like he took her iPad. He took her iPad and something else and sent her to her room.
Goddamn.
Well, I'm saying timeout, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
That's like,
I'm thinking like,
standing in the corner. No.
Yeah. I'm like,
facing the wall. It's
give
just
me
like,
your iPad.
Can't wait till I get about this. Like,
Think about it. Think about your
removed
IQs.
her electronics and sent her to her room. And then mom came home. Why are you here? Oh, he said this. Oh, girl, come on now. Like, whoa.
let me give you a spin question. How about if a different scenario? So let's say that you're in a relationship with this person. She has a son or daughter. That son treats you differently than he does his real father. And so now
how though? Like
differently, I guess, and he's more disrespectful to you.
to you? Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, so the things that you say, they don't touch ground. If the dad says it, now you got a conflict between the father and you. You stay in that relationship. How do you handle that?
You still a man at the end of the day. So being disrespected, whether that's the lady's son that you with or whoever it is, you being disrespected. So if they want to have that conversation and try to be a big man about it, I was like, okay, I need to have a conversation. I'm gonna tell the mother, like, hey, your son's doing this. Can I have a conversation with him man to man because he's being disrespectful? And you can stand in and watch him and everything you want to do, all that stuff. Because we need to come to an understanding because I'm being disrespected and he's trying to be a man about this stuff and talk crazy to me. So, and she's got to be able to see it. Like, that's what I said, learning each other. That's a good opportunity for her to learn, okay, this is what my man's saying is happening.
But some people are blinded because that's their child. And in their mind, their child can't do any wrong.
Yeah.
But to go what you're saying about if the father is still in the child's life,
Correct.
I would feel so. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I'm a 3 strikes person. Like, I'm gonna talk to, hey, let's have this conversation with the mom. If the dad is like, hey, can I have a conversation? Like, look, this is what's going on with your son or daughter or whatever, and it's a mad disrespectful. Here's the scenarios, cool. All right, so let's see what happens. Second time, all right. Third time is like, all right, either I'm gonna bounce or I'm about to, like, something's gonna happen because neither one of you, I'm clearly communicating what's happening and I'm trying to be respectful because we're all adults trying to parent this child, but I'm trying to adhere to what y'all want because I'm kind of the quote unquote outsider. But at the same time, like you said, I'm a man at the end of the day. You have, if I'm not doing anything that's detrimental to your life and I'm here to help you and you're being, I'm a man, you gotta respect me. And if you can't give me that respect and I'm having these conversations, obviously, it's easier said than done. You kind of have to remove yourself because otherwise you're gonna get in a fight with the father. You're gonna have an issue with and at the end of the day, you just gonna look bad altogether.
But that's where it is though. So like I was in a situation like this where I was disrespected, and father was called, but the adults were all on the same page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The adults were on the same page, and so but it was that relationship with the father. That helped the situation. Yeah. Because I told him, you're not going to disrespect me. Mom told him, you're not going to disrespect him. But then when dad came in and was like, say, man, no, you're not doing this.
Yeah.
You're not disrespecting. And like it completely changed. But all three adults were on the same page.
So then do you feel like in that situation, if you're the one coming in, right, that before really the relationship, like if you see the relationship getting serious, that you have to, like, do you think that there should be a conversation with everybody to kind of have that, like, what are your expectations?
So
Like, you know
that's
what I'm
the
saying?
thing, bro. Like, set the tone. I don't know how I
Well,
feel
because
about that.
if I don't know if y'all did or not, but if everybody's on the same page, that makes that conversation easy because then the child's gonna be like, well, damn, it's 3 adults against me.
Yeah.
But it's like if you don't have that relationship, like how do you build that? Is that something that just happens? Do you set the tone for that? Like that's what I'm saying.
Well, I think the overlying factor is you have to be grown. You have to understand.
Yeah.
You have to understand the situation. Now, but the way you worded your question threw me off a little bit, and I think he had something to say on it. Like,
I feel like okay. Yeah.
well, no, I'm just saying, like you have to be adults about the situation. Like mom is with a new person over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is a whole living situation with the children in it.
Yeah.
And then dad is over here, but still dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, it's a wonderful thing if you have an active father. Like we were talking about insecurities and stuff before that. Please don't be that guy that's like I'm the dad. You call me. No, man. Mom is in a whole new relationship. Like that's the whole father figure situation right there now.
I had that happen one time.
I
had that happen one time. Like, I think I was dating this girl, and we pulled up or whatever, and she had a daughter, and we get there or whatever, and so she dropped the kid off. Or whatever, and then we went on our business, and so he got called off. I just think it's funny that the person you dating didn't address me and talk to me. Like,
no, unless I'm introduced to you, what am I talking to you for?
I said, nigga, what the fuck am I talking to you for? Like, I'm in a relationship with her. That has nothing to do with me.
No,
So I mean, that was real weird energy, bro. Like, what?
Yeah, now, listen, like I wasn't expecting it at all, but I was introduced, and I was not ready. Like, I didn't have my shoes on. Like I was not. I thought this was a drop off situation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta get out and shake hands.
And
I wasn't ready.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But that sets a tone. You know, like it's adults.
Right, it set a tone for the relationship between me and the daughter now. So that's the whole situation.
I was like, mad respect. You know what I'm saying? And looked at him. He came and shook my hand. You know what I'm saying? Now I heard some other things later, but I was always able to like, hey, have a civil conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm
But that's what I'm
saying?
saying. Who initiates that though? Like, because if you're going to be an adult, if everybody got to be an adult, there has to be some conversation going on.
That's what.
So, like, where does that start?
I'm not gonna go looking for him.
That's what I'm saying.
So I was
So,
introduced. You know what
okay,
I'm
so
saying?
like if you're coming in, you just gonna just wait, but like, hey, like,
I'm with you. I feel like it's a formal time to do all that stuff.
Right.
Not at the middle of a drop off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
No, I mean, how else is it gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I don't know. But it ain't gonna be in that moment. It shouldn't happen when he wanted to happen. Oh, well, you need to address me.
Well, now that's different. Like, I'm not looking for you.
King of Zamunda already died.
Yeah, like I'm not looking for you. You know what I'm
Fuck out of
saying?
here. I'm doing that shit.
Address me. Yeah.
Yes, address me.
My rose bars.
Smack the shit out of you, man.
Like it's like listen, like 'cause that was another workplace conversation. Like with this very scenario that you're saying right here. And I had to point out to her, like y'all, like I had to point out to my coworker, y'all are moving like y'all still together.
Right.
There are still rules.
right.
There's still rules. Like y'all are holding each other to these rules. Like and it's not about the kid in this situation right here. And so like he has these expectations and he has these rules on you, like y'all are still in a relationship. And you can follow those or not. You know, it just depends. But I had to explain to my coworker, like if that was me, I'm moving away from that. Because y'all look like y'all still together with all these rules but at the same time, I've only had one scenario where I had to tell her, like, hey, you can address him or I will. Because like it was like I used to pick her up and drop her off, and then it was we got to meet somewhere else because he's uncomfortable. So man, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
Like I'm like you making my daughter uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, listen. And so she told me, she was like, hey, meet her over here. And I said, no, I'm gonna pull up to your house, and I could have been all the way wrong for this, But I told her, you need to let him know he can go through your phone and he look at our conversation. It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing.
It's not about his feelings, though.
Yeah, there was nothing like for him to be insecure about with me.
Wait a minute, this is her current situation?
This is her current situation. It's like, listen, man, like I'm just for my daughter, and you can check the conversations. It's just my daughter. The conversation was pick up, jump off. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You have to be right back.
Yeah, so like what I'm not gonna do is be mistreated or this dude was just rude. Like all the time I had say, man, like I stayed in the car, so I didn't even understand it.
Yeah.
I pulled up, I don't want him pulling up to my house. Like say, man, you being real.
My daughter's there.
Yeah, I'm picking up my child. So I'm not gonna have my child walk down. Like he really wanted that. For my daughter to walk down the street. Nah. Like, no, you gotta fix that.
What was the insult? Goofy?
Nah. Goofy. Like, you been a goofy right now. And so I was like, so I told her, I was like, listen, because you got the unlimited gall to come to me right now and tell me to go down the street and send my child down the street. I said, so you can tell that man that that's not gonna happen, or I can come and tell him. And I was prepared to like pull up, say, man, listen, because I don't get out the car, so I didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. I didn't have conversations with her, and I was in my car. I pull up to the front. I tell you, my daughter comes out, get in the car, and I'm out. I'm coming back, and she gets out. Like, so I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's weird. That's weird for sure.
So it sounds like whenever there's going to be a movement in a relationship where it gets serious and there's kids involved, then that'd probably be a good point to kind of pivot and say, okay, we need to get communicated up on this situation so we can understand how we're going to move from here on, because you and I are getting serious. There's a child involved. There's a baby father, a mother, whatever involved. We need to be on the same page.
Well, that's the thing. How you be on the same page with people who can't adult?
If they can't adult,
they can't adult. So, but that goes back to what Jeff said. Like, how long are you staying in that situation? Who raised you? How long are you staying in that situation?
You're not being a mature person. Who raised you?
I heard somebody last night say immaturity is not having a diverse perspective. So being immature is only seeing it your way.
Right. Ton of
maturity is being able to look at everyone's kind of scenario and kind of like, okay, this is how they see it. This is how they see it.
Wide angle and
right. Exactly.
Being able to actually have those conversations, though.
Right.
Yeah. Being in the place.
Versus, this is what I want. This is gonna happen. No, man.
So you gotta ask yourself, is it worth it? Like, is this relationship even worth it?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to get to. Like, if you're exhausting your resources and you are being a mature one and trying to have these open communications, and nobody's doing anything to help change what's going on, then as much as you might care about this, at some point you gotta be like, all right, I don't see how this is gonna work, because
it's too much work.
I'm gonna be the odd man out, and that's, if I'm gonna be the odd man out, then I'm out. I'm gone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, it's another thing if the people are willing to have, like you said, work together, understand what's the common goal, have that understanding. I ain't got to be buddy with you, but we have a clear understanding of like, hey, this kid is what matters. As long as we do what's best for this, you know what I'm saying? But again, if that doesn't happen, then
easy fix, Jeff.
Yeah,
stay married. I'm just joking. To anybody in the blended family, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not.
Don't go outside them streets.
Them streets, boy, they dirty.
Don't go outside to those streets.
They got
I think that's beautiful, Jeff. You got your wife, you got your multiple kids, and like, it's y'all.
Oh yeah, she couldn't leave me if she wanted to. I'm like, nope. No way.
I think that's beautiful.
Where are you going?
So what else you got? Is that it?
I think so. I mean, we about what, minute 30? Hour 30?
A minute 30.
A long minute 30.
It's a long minute.
It's hour 30. So,
any parting words, Pat?
Parting words? Man, brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
You know what I'm saying?
Classic Pat.
That's funny. That's a real thing, though.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
What you got, Swan?
Halitosis is real. That's right.
What you got, Swan?
Brush your teeth.
I don't know, man. Get your dog spayed and neutered, bro.
Get your dog spayed or neutered. Jeff, you got what you got?
I got nothing, dog. I got nothing. I can't follow that up.
Can't follow that.
Dog spayed.
Yeah,
You know what? Go ahead.
No, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Jump what you
Remember
got.
Bob Barker used to say that, bro, at the end of Price is Right.
He did it?
Yeah, that was his close. Hey, good night, and make sure you get the dog spayed or neutered.
I know that.
He did say that.
I don't remember
I'm
that
that
at all.
old, dog.
I don't remember that at all.
Okay, well, here's mine.
Okay.
Y'all have a good night. Make sure you have your top shelf cheek clapper cologne ready to go.
We still need to see. Hey, you need to bring that next time so we can look at the ingredients on the cheek
First
clapper.
of all, I don't have a cheek
Clapper, bro. Clapper,
Hey,
cheek
Lock
clapper.
the way, got a key and everything.
Like you with a hand on it.
Shit, hey,
Yeah,
come
clap
around.
code. Got clap code. And that shit just opened up.
Oh my God.
Spray a mist.
Exactly.
Somebody with a Jerry curl on the cover.
Oh man.
What's yours?
Man, listen, mine was like super serious, so I don't even want to give it right now.
Cheek clapper
I
is
don't even want to give
crazy,
it right
bro.
now. Like mine was super serious. Like,
Bro, is that what we've been doing at the beginning?
What?
The sound effect, bro. Is that the
That's exactly what I'm
That's the group, the cheek clappers, bro.
no.
Cheek clappers.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. All right, listen. Okay, I guess I
Conrad
give
and the
up.
cheek clappers.
No.
G-Lance.
Hey,
G-Lance. Yes. Right, yes.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make that mock up, bro. We're gonna make that mock up.
It's hilarious. Conrad the lead singer. Boy, go ahead, then.
No.
Go ahead, Flash.
All right, look, parting words for me since y'all ain't serious. I'm gonna say it's 12 o'clock somewhere. Go ahead. Hey, y'all wouldn't be serious, so why not?
go ahead.
Go ahead, spray that
Go
cheek
ahead.
clappers.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
All right, y'all ready? End it?
My
Yeah,
God.
here we go.
1, 2, 3.